I'm going to welcome you here first off. Maybe you do a little elbow bump or something.
Good afternoon.
I'll welcome you here to our Driving with the Mayor series.
We have such a great city. I think we're kind of known for that. When there's a problem, people just pitch in. All you have to do is ask.
Yeah.
Even to weeding flower beds and, whatever you need them for, if you just put the call out, they're there. Wow. That's what I love about Portage. And just to tell you a little bit about Garyton, it's a school that's been here for many, many years. A lot of the older people that live in our town all went to Garyton School. And so the school system, I don't know if you remember, but for quite a while it was the adult ed building. And then the school didn't want to maintain it. It was a lot to maintain. So they sold it to the city for $1. It's a piece of our history, and I think sometimes we shouldn't be erasing history. We need to look at all we can to, keep it going for us. We've already had a preschool contact us, and they would like to bring their children there. And so I think what we're going to have to do is look at how are we going to rehab this building? Are there any grants out there that would help us move that project along? Because it's going to take a little bit of money, but I do think that, the building can become a community center. It can be a lot of things. So
this is a great collaborative effort talking about our Stronger Together movement. We have Shannon Burhans from the YMCA coming in on this project, meeting with the faith action community. We have our redevelopment commission. We have a lot of people in the community who are participating in helping get this building rehabilitated. There's so many things that we can do with this building. It's huge and it's beautiful and it's really in good shape. So we're spending a little money getting the windows replaced, getting the old air conditioners out. We have the lights turned back on, so we have an evaluation going on, and I think that we're going to see great things out of this building. So I'm grateful that we are not tearing this building down, and we are actually doing something with a piece of our history.
When we had the demonstration, because I don't like to call it a protest, it was a very peaceful demonstration when we had that in downtown on Central Avenue.
Yeah.
The faith community was invited. They mingled around with the kids. That was so successful, Chris, because the teachers of those students was there, the city council members were there, the faith community was there, and I think those kids felt us embrace them and say, we love you for who you are, we support what you're doing, we're here to make sure that you're safe. The USS Indianapolis was christened here last fall, and it was an amazing, I don't know if you were out here, it was amazing.
We had a person covering it. I wasn't there myself that day. But.
Well, I was so excited. I mean, it was like I was a kid. I just couldn't wait for this, and it wasn't a really good day, but I stayed till the very last word because I was so excited for our port and the fact that we had something. But I would have to say that I think there's people from Portage that were at this event that had never been to this port in their life.
Yep. And
so it was a chance to let people see what this gem is. Over the years, the relationship with the port has kind of fallen apart, and that was one of my goals. We have to go this way. Was to patch that relationship back up, because years ago we had a great relationship with the port many years ago, and over the years it started kind of falling apart. But I mean, one of the first things I did was contact Ian and visit with him.
Well, and I think Ian knows that I care a great deal about the port. I've always been fascinated with it, so I've been out here many times. But the economic driver here, I mean, it's like $4.8 billion in money that turns over from this port. I mean, it's huge for this area. And I think a lot of people in Portage aren't aware of the port. So this year, we're bringing the council out for a tour. We have 4 new council people. So I want them to understand what this port really is. It's really a gem right here in our own area.
Opening ceremony was July of 1970. At that time we had 0 tenants. but now we're up to approximately 28 companies here at the port. We move about 2.8 million tons a year through the port. We're about 600 acres. Yeah. We're actually physically the smallest of the 3 ports. So there's three ports that are governed by the state of Indiana. The one up here in Burns Harbor, and then one down in Jeffersonville and one in Mount Vernon. Yeah, so those towers over there, they came from Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And then next to those are some nacelles that came from Europe. The nacelle is what captures the energy and it's the brains and the guts of a wind tower. And then what sits on the front of that is the hub that spins, and that turns the 3 blades. And then we also have some blades that have come in this year. They've already shipped off to the site, but those are just getting longer and longer. These towers are getting bigger and bigger.
Our police and fire were inundated with food from the entire community, thanking them for being first responders and being out there. I mean, we had Camaraderie Plastics, who was amazing. They made the sneeze guards for every building in our city, the city buildings, so that our employees weren't affected by, you know, people coming in to pay their bill and doing business with us. And they donated all of that. I mean, I could just go on and on about the businesses in our community and how great they are. It's 64 acres in here. And it was established
really a hub of an awful lot of activity. The chamber has their events here,
yes.
and they do their networking. Like you said, you got the various aspects of the park. You
The
got
Great
a lot
Hall
of
is
kids
here.
out here.
Yeah. And then we have, you know, the shelter so people can have picnics. And then we have the dog park, which I was very instrumental in getting because people wanted to have a dog park. Parents, kids can play here. They can take their dogs over to the dog park. I even bring my own dog over to the dog park. I absolutely love it.
We have the Great Hall that has about 700 people that can have a event there. We have the Sycamore and we have the Blue Spruce, so people can have events here. We have walking trails here. We have the dog park, which is over here to my right. We have the children's playground. We have a lot of outdoor shelter areas so people can have picnics outside. Every Tuesday night we have the cruise night, which people bring their old-time cars here. We had 73 cars last Tuesday. It's got a great reputation. It's safe. It's a great thing for our community because I have met so many people out here and we just want to talk about our dogs, and we just, you know, we exchange names and we say, well, see you the next time. It's just another way that, you know, Portage can show that we have this great side of us.
So this is Founders Square, and it's probably one of my favorite places in the world. And I just think that we have opportunities over here. This is what has to happen downtown. I mean, last summer, I loved it, Chris. We'd have the bands playing. We would have people sitting out here with their chairs, their kids, their pets, and it was such a family. I want to see more of that stuff happening downtown.
Founders Square actually started way back when under Sammy Maletta. That was kind of his thought. And so every mayor since Sammy has kind of been part of getting this to happen. And then we have American Water, who came in and, you know, supported our amphitheater. We have Portage Live Entertainment, who does the music, and we kind of partner again with, we have the Community Foundation. We have a fund in there, so we partner with them. We partner with the Parks Department. We partner with the Chamber on some of our music. So it's, again, it's all these partnerships that make this great thing happen here in Portage, and I love it. I think that, you know, we need to do a few more things for like teens. We don't have a lot happening downtown here for our teenagers. And when I talk to them, you know, they'd just like to see some basketball courts or maybe a field where they could play football and play flag football. So I'm looking at that, you know, and seeing where could we put that? Where would be a good place to put that? But keep our families downtown. Have a place to go and eat, have a place to play, listen to some music. Getting our community together and asking them, what is it that you want to see here? When you come to Portage, what do you want to see here in this spot? because I think it has to be the community coming together to say what they want to see, and then develop that plan, because the last plan is 10 years old at least, and none of this was here then. So we need to revise that plan and get it up to where it needs to be today. I didn't even begin to touch all the things that I would love to show you about Portage. It's a great city, great, great people. They volunteer, they're out there for each other. The other night, we just, for the very first time, and I know they have it in Valpo, we had the Chalk the Walk. So we did that. It was, I mean, people were walking by and they were watching people. It's just a great, great thing.